To Mr. Oyedele, multiple taxation will need to be streamlined into single-digit taxes through harmonization in levies to ensure transparency, inclusive growth, and equity among various tiers of government. But to achieve this, existing laws in Nigeria will need to be repealed to gain meaningful tax reform.
The withholding tax regime today is that it's doing the opposite of what it was designed to do. You're right, sir. So it was meant to be largely an advance payment of your tax. So it should not be more than the tax you need to pay. And it should not apply if you have no taxes to pay, right? But because it's not a perfect science and things do move around, sometimes you're profitable, sometimes you're not. Government is supposed to give you the refund very quickly. The law says within 90 days. I don't know anybody who has gotten refunds. You know, some people even 90 months, they have no idea of. In fact, sometimes by just asking for that refund, you later regret asking for it.
The main speaker affirmed his tax reform committee is anchored on three main pillars, which include fiscal governance, revenue transformation, and economic growth facilitation.
If you are not liable to tax, then nobody will deduct withholding tax on you. If you are liable to tax, we've made a distinction between active and passive income. So you earn dividend, you earn interest. Globally, the rates are high, so we can keep those at 10%. But if you're doing services, for example, or you're selling, in fact, if you're a manufacturer, we've put it at zero, no withholding tax. But if you're a contractor, you're a service provider, we've reduced the rates. And some sectors have given us data because, I said data, we're really big on data. So they give us data like the guys who do this, the telecom infrastructure.
Conveners of the event delved into reasons for a focus on fiscal and tax reform narratives as it affects the Nigerian business community and the general public.
This is a very difficult time in the economy. Most of our run businesses are work for very large organizations. And one of the biggest things that worries all of us today, the few things that worry all of us, first of all, the economy. But as part of that economy, we also worry that government is introducing new tax regimes that can influence all our businesses or that has influenced our businesses. There are things that have happened with tax in a lot of organizations that we've complained. You can see that companies like PwC and co. Some companies have sued FIRS in the past trying to get explanation for tax issues. So this is a major issue for us, and we thought that most of our members would be interested in knowing where the direction for tax.
Also discussed were the prospects of bringing down the cost of governance, reviewing the withholding tax syndrome through new regulations and other critical fiscal reforms. Li Wei Lo, Arise News.